In my 10 years of being a teacher and sharing my secrets with so many guys, more than 220 students in my 10 years career, I have been in contact with bad people too, with bad students. One of the problems is that even a bad student become a good student, because in the end he realized that he needs to respect my advices, he needs to respect my teachings, because it's the only way in which you can win. I try everything, and this is the only way in which you can defeat roulette. Roulette is a computer. It's not a game of chance. For many of people who doesn't understand roulette, it's a game of chance. But for us, roulette professional gamblers, it's not a game of chance. We know that we can defeat roulette. We have proof that we can defeat roulette. So you can't rely on luck for 10 years. But you see, people, if you work with people, it's very hard to work with people, because people is not like an animal. An animal, if you beat him and you put him to do something, in the end it will gonna do. A man, a human being, is not like that. A human being have feelings. He wants to make wrong choice on his own experience. So even when I tell him to somebody, look, I've done these mistakes for 18 years. I know that this is the only way in which you can defeat roulette. Don't do something else, because you will lose if you don't do exactly as I'm teaching you. And even after I say that, there are so many students who don't respect my advices. So that's a problem which you need to understand about anything you teach. If you don't respect the advices, you don't learn correctly. So as I told you, the problem is that I telling to a student, look, stop at 1,300 euros. You make 300 euros, stop it. It's enough for a session. And he called me back, Adrian, I made 2,000 euros. I'm glad, I'm happy, yes, it's good. You make 1,000 euro, not 300 euros. But you never know when the negative is come. Because if you don't listen to me to stop, when I'm telling you to stop, you will experience the negative ways on your own. So that's a problem which only you can decide if you want me to respect my advices or not. I'm saying that only to the people who buy my DVD 5,000 euro. But now I'm telling you to you too, so like that you know how to know me better once you are inside members area, once you are my student. The problem is with you, not with me. That's the problem. It's not with you, because I've learned my mistakes, I've learned my things which I've done wrong, and I learn from my mistakes. Now what you need to be so intelligent is to learn from my mistakes, not from your mistakes, because if you will gonna learn from your mistakes, you will gonna lose. You got my point. You will gonna lose, and only after that you will realize that you need to respect my advices. So for you, it's better to respect my advices. If you respect my advices, everything goes accordingly. That is not a problem. Of course, once you go from my straight line, it's again your responsibility and your mistake.